doctor was right. It was all in my head. I have not heard his voice in a long time. These pills are doing a great job.
I'm back, Rasa. Time for another video.
Okay, remember what the doctor said. It is all in my head. I'm gonna have to see a doctor. I can still feel the hallucination on my waist, stomach, whatever.
Oh, for bloody hell. You made me do this to you.
Wait, I got electrocuted? This is real?
Yes.
Huh? What is this on my waist?
It's a holster. Just in case it doesn't appear in your head, it will appear in there.
If I do this, will you leave me alone?
Yes.
Attention. Okay, so what am I reviewing?
Okay, you're gonna be reviewing Aquaman.
Okay.
One viewing later.
That wasn't a bad movie. Compared to a lot of the DCEU movies, this one actually holds up real good. Okay, time to begin.
Oh no, that was just set up.
Wait, if that was not what I was supposed to be reviewing, why'd you make me watch it?
What you're actually reviewing is Aquaman, King of Atlantis.
Why can't I... Come on.
The gun doesn't work like that.
Come on, I'm not doing this, please.
Don't exaggerate.
Fine. I'll review the cartoon. Aquaman, King of Atlantis is a 3-part miniseries that was released in 2021. The series takes place after the events of the DCU Aquaman movie, but also not. Okay, so it's taking place after the events of the movie, yet it's non-canon? Who's in charge of the DCEU?
More likely they want to cash in on the Aquaman movie.
More likely, because if this takes place after the movies, there's going to be a lot of questioning like, why does everyone feel like they got a lobotomy and then somehow their brains recovered when the next movie comes out? Because a lot of these characters, they are from the movie, but they are so much not like their characters. I'm basically calling them with the term Eno.
Eno?
In name only. Like Ino, Mino, Vino, Ono. No, that's not the one. Who's editing this video? I have so many questions to ask. Why I gave them that name? Because I'm going to go in order for most of how they changed between the two counterparts. Volko in the movie is a wise older advisor who helps Arthur throughout his life in the movie, and he looks more like could be in his 60s. Vino looks more like he's as old as Aquaman, and he's just nothing more than a bored advisor with a pet octopus who's only here for the jokes that Aquaman is bored out of his mind and give reasons for the story to keep moving on. Laura in the movie is a princess who doesn't want war due to the loss of life after seeing how the topside suffered throughout the events of the movie, and she wants Aquaman to be king as he could be the peace between the two worlds. Mino is more of like that tomboy teenage girl that you see in a lot of cartoon shows. Punch first and ask questions later. Wasn't that the movie Aquaman's thing? She also thinks like there's only the surface and the underwater, nothing else, and anything Aquaman says is nonsense to her. Most annoying was in the first part where she was obsessed with baseball, but only knows about hitting people with baseball bats. Changes between the two Aquamans, the cartoon one is more mellowed out, and he has to take on the role of the straight man, putting up with everyone's nonsense from dealing with Volko's boring talk and about the plot points, and doing the job as a king, building things, opening buildings, kissing kids, Mira destroying everything before he tries to understand the situation to fix this, and the headache from the citizens as Aquaman's trying to make the kingdom better, And all they're talking about is how good of a king Ocean Master is for no reason. And even Aquaman explains that he's doing the good things and they're still worshipping Ocean Master. I cannot tell if this is a metaphor for celebrity culture or that the citizens have the memory span of a goldfish. And last, Ohm, or Ocean Master is what they call him, the former king who wants to attack the surface world and who will bend and break rules to get what he wants before giving mercy. While his cartoon counterpart is more of a lazy king who only cares about his chair more than anything and wants to rule and attack the surface for no reason. And let's not forget the running joke. I challenge you for the right to rule this kingdom. I'm not gonna fight you. Ha! By decree, that means I'm the king now!
All hail Ocean Master! All hail Aquaman!
In the movie, they treated the battle for the kingdom as a grandiose battle that should be something we should pay attention to, but here it's nothing more than just padding, and that's some of the issue. The through line through the three-part special is Aquaman getting his people's respect for him being the new king, while each part is focusing on 3 different ancient artifacts that can control time and space. Part 1 is Aquaman fixing an area that they lost contact with, and we get the villain for this series, Peter Morticloth, who, after a quick research, and I did not need to know that.
While Rasa is suffering from hysterical amnesia, I'll explain this part. The villain Peter Morticloth is an Aquaman villain. Even though his name is Peter Mortimer, I think they changed it because of his backstory with him working for the Russians. But his goals are kind of the same as his comic book counterpart. He is a scavenger digging the ocean surface for treasures, jewels, and weapons of Atlantean. The reason why Rasa kind of freaked out was something that happened in the comics, which we cannot say due to YouTube standards. Sorry, everybody.
What happened?
We're still on part 1, the cause of the issue.
Okay. The cause. The issue was a blue gem which messes with gravity and messes with time, as the time they spent trying to fix the problem, a year has passed and Ocean Master is now king again. So the thought was, okay, Aquaman has to reclaim his throne and could explain what he was doing between the events of Aquaman 1 and 2. No, that was just a joke, so they could just use the quick bonk him on the head to become king again. And Ocean Master just comes back to heckle him and steal the trident and run off. And this is where Schrodinger's cannon appears again, when Volko says he doesn't need the trident to rule Atlantis. Did they even watch the movie? That was the actual point!
It just leads Aquaman and Mera to discover a being called the Fisherman, a human who is fused with a Lovecraftian horror living island-like creature called Prometheus, which, when I did a quick look, all I found was an info for a band. We also get character development with Aquaman, as he's connecting with this fisherman family whose missing father is the puppet to Prometheus. After a unique style of fighting that we get,
they find a second crystal which speeds up time in the area, which ages up Ocean Master to be an old man, and they send him to prison where he teams up with Peter. Aquaman's completing all of Volko's tasks, and the people are still treating the Ocean Master with love and admiration, like it was Ocean Master who did everything and Aquaman didn't. And we get more info about those 2 gems. When combined with a power diving suit, it actually makes time and space nothing but control in its hand. And with that, we also got a prison break and a lot of enemies that they set up for Aquaman, Volko, and Mera to fight. I'm starting to feel like this whole 3-part miniseries was nothing more than a pilot for an actual cartoon series. Anyone else get that? Part 3 is nothing more than a massive fight scene with connecting to Peter using the prison break to get the power suit to become Scavenger, whose goal is to turn the whole world into a trash pile so he can become king of the trash as a way to get over the trauma he suffered as a kid who lived at a dump. And we basically get 30 minutes out of a 45-minute special of fighting. And it all ended with Aquaman using super strength to wipe Scavenger out of existence. But at the same time, throughout the fight, he's finally getting the people's attention and showing that he does care about them. And they actually show their response by worshipping Aquaman as a king. The show is not bad, but at the same time, I have issues, notably the animation. It's a double-edged sword where it does a great job when the characters are fighting, the animation is fluid, and it works. But when it comes to them just standing there with scenes of them just talking and using humor, it kind of falls flat. Like, for example, the citizens of Atlantis. Their designs look more like Dagon Sunk Innsmouth. So unless you're a human character, everyone looks like a Lovecraftian creature. And I'm not just talking about episode 2. I also have a massive question about morality, as I feel like Aquaman would have been questioning, if I destroy this, what would happen to me? Heck, even Mira suggested just leaving the Atlanteans to be destroyed and just go to her kingdom instead during that whole fight with Peter. Its humor is extremely flat to me, but then again, my humor is off. So to another, maybe it's hilarious. Then again, the art style was made by the same guy who did Thundercats Roar. And I'm not a fan of that show, and I'm not a fan of Thundercats. So it's actually based on your own merits. It is a watchable 45-minute episode, but using the Aquaman movie as the base, the Schrodinger canon can be really headache-inducing, since none of the characters act like they're from the movie, and if it connects to Aquaman 2, it has a lot of explaining to do.
Okay, now shoot the TV.
What? I'm not gonna shoot my TV.
Just do it.
It is expensive. I'm not gonna shoot my TV.
It will be fine.
Okay, but if it breaks, you owe me a new one. Huh. It actually works. That's actually a relief. Wow, everything is so bright.
Huh, now I learned something new. Anytime Rasa's belt vanishes, any effects he had before or during comes back after the belt vanishes. I'll take note on that next time.
Bye-bye.